Hi, this is Mark from Tetrakey and welcome to Tetrakey TV. This is number 165 of 260 performance acceleration conversations that Rob and I are doing in 2017. It is here a bit of a wet Thursday night, but I am excited, relieved, glad, but I think in a couple of weeks I'm going to be frustrated. And I tell you why. Because, drum roll, tonight was the end of the hockey season. So tonight we played our last match. We won, I think it was 8 or 9-0. And that's the end of the season. So hence tonight's conversation is wrapping up. And I really wanted just to talk through how I approach a game and how we wrap up. Because the amazing thing about sport is that you get instant feedback. So, and there's a lot of things that we do in the elite sport world that I believe businesses could do better and don't do enough of. So first of all, we know we're working to a performance. So tonight we had a 6:30 start. Tonight was a little bit of a different one, purely because I was flying, so I only landed at 5 o'clock. I had to rush home, get changed, and I had to pick up my son. So I got to the pitch at about 5:40, which is normally a little bit later than I would like to do. I normally get there at least 75 minutes before the game. About an hour before the game, we have a team talk. And in the team talk, it is what I want to achieve out of the game. So the tactics, I want to both when we have the ball, but also the tactics when we don't have the ball. Who's going to play what and what I expect from different positions. So what are the targets that I'm setting them in their performance? What are the outputs we're looking for based on different areas of the game and different times of the game? What the opposition going to do and how are we going to stop them and how are we going to exploit their weakness? So there's a structure to how I approach a performance. And again, I think it's what's the structure that you put into your business day? How do you approach your performance? So that's what I'm saying. Elite sports and business is exactly the same. We're gearing up for a performance. So as a leader of a business, how are you gearing up for your performance? So then we have the warm-up. So there's a physical warm-up where the guys go off and do their stretching and their dynamic warm-up to get their bodies ready. And I leave them alone. I don't talk to them. I let them go away and do that. And then we have our on-the-pitch warm-up, where it is the final piece of the instructions that I give them. This is the knowing my players and knowing what they want and what they need from me before a performance. Some people want me to remind them of the one or two things they want them to do. Some of them want me to get them to focus on the first 3 things they're going to do on the ball. Some of them just want me to leave them alone. So you need to know your players. So again, when you get into your business environment, do you know your people? Do you know what they need, want, and expect from you? And are you providing that for them on a regular basis? And then there's the performance. So when there's a performance, my role is to look at the opposition. My role is obviously to make the substitutions. In field hockey, it's all about rolling substitutions. So you bring people on and off all the time. So what substitutions do you want to make when? What instructions do you give to players when they're on the sidelines so they can go and give more instructions onto the pitch? So there's lots of stuff that's going on. Then you have your half time. So you've got your team talk. So you want to refocus them on the things they're doing well, remind them on certain things that we can improve on, look at what the opposition are doing, how we're going to change to the opposition, and back out to the performance. Then the same thing happens in the second half, and then there's the debrief. Now, some coaches prefer to debrief straight after the game. I don't personally, so I let the guys go and have their time. They go and shower, and it's only probably about half an hour to 45 minutes after the end of the game where I've had time to take emotion out of the performance. I've had time to reflect. I've had time to collect my thoughts, speak to my assistant coaches, get their input. And only then will I go and give them a reflection. And it's an instant reflection. We also use video analysis, so we can use information from the video to point out stuff. But how often at the end of the day do you reflect on your performance? Do you reflect on what you set out to do at the start of the day? What did your team set out to do at the start of the day? And how have you achieved what you wanted to achieve at the end and reflected on the performance? And the great thing about sport, like I said, is you set targets and you get feedback within 70 minutes. So you can set a target to score more goals than your opposition. Did you do that, yes or no? It's feedback all the time. You can set input goals in terms of, I want to attack 70% down the right-hand side and only 30% down the left-hand side. You get feedback and stats straight away on how they implemented their initiatives that you set them. So, and then we've just finished tonight, so I gave them a quick overview of the season, and there's going to be a full debrief session that we're going to do over the next week or two. But they're going to give lots of input into words of what they like, what they didn't like, what we could do better next season. So how often do you build those kind of process and feedback loops into your business? How do you start your day? What do you want to get out of today? How do you understand how you communicate to your people to ensure that they are motivated to achieve what they want to achieve? At what point during the day do you refocus them on what it is they need to do? At the end of the day, end of the performance cycle, how do you reflect and wrap up what they did well, what didn't go to plan, why it didn't go to plan, how you're going to make changes going forward? So literally it's all about putting performance structure into your business. And the performance structure is going to give you feedback. It's going to give you information that you can use to reflect and improve the performance of your business. And we all know that improving your performance of your business hopefully will have an improvement on your revenue, might manage your expenses better, and therefore drive more profit into your business and put more cash into your pocket, which is the reason that we go into business in the first place. So with that, I'd like you to go away and think about your business, think about that in terms of the performance cycle of your business and how you build that performance feedback loop into your business. As always, if you have any questions or you want anything clarified, don't hesitate to put a comment at the bottom or get in touch with me at mark@tetrakey.com, and I look forward to engaging in dialogue with you there. But apart from that, I'd like to wish you a phenomenal day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I will speak to you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.